Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It's time once again for the Philippians study for Aftershocks Midweek Devo. Today we're going to finish up chapter 1 in Philippians, and those will be verses 27 through 30. There it says, "Whatever happens, conduct yourselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ. Then whether I come and see you or only hear about you in my absence, I will know that you stand firm in the one spirit, striving together as one for the faith of the gospel, without being frightened in any way by those who oppose you. This is a sign to them that they will be destroyed, but that you will be saved, and that by God. For it has been granted to you on behalf of Christ not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for him. Since you are going through the same struggle you saw I had, and now hear that I still have." A few things we want to break down here. The first thing we see is, whatever happens, conduct yourself in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ. As I thought about this, how often have you seen somebody tell you, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, you should be doing that, but then they're doing something that tells you the complete opposite? We need to be a person who, if we want to share the gospel of Christ, our life reflects the gospel of Christ, that we're walking worthy of that gospel. We don't want to share that gospel with them and have them look at us and be like, you say that, but your life is telling me something different. We need to make sure we're walking worthy in the gospel. Another thing he says in this is, without being frightened in any way by those who oppose you. We're going to come into opposition during this, and it's natural to be frightened, to be scared, attacks that we're going to face. But when we don't show them we're frightened, we show them how strong our faith is and who that faith is in, and that we know in the end what we believe is really true. If we're willing to go that far, to not show any fear, and that any fear, know that we're going to be saved by God, that's going to show the people we're sharing with something, the people that are opposing us, that's going to show them something. I heard a story last week about a general getting ready to go into army. A general in the army getting ready to go into war. If he's a general, he's already in the army. Anyway. And lost my train of thought. And he was outnumbered. So the other army sent somebody to him saying, you know what? If you want to give up now, we'll let you. Here they are standing next to a cliff, and he started ordering his men to march off the cliff. And his men started marching off the cliff, and they just kept going and going. Then he stopped him, and the guy looked at him, and he said, "Go tell your boss, your general, that's how devoted my men are, that they'll do whatever I say, and that they're not afraid." And he did that, and the other army left. If we're willing to serve without being afraid, even though it's going to be tough, if we're not frightened, we show that kind of commitment, it's going to show them who's in control, and that's God. The last thing it says in there, we're just going to touch on this real quick. "For it's been granted on you on behalf of Christ not only to believe, but also to suffer for him." Too often we like to think the Christian life is going to be a life of nothing but bliss, happiness all the time, and that's not the case. You look at Christ, you look at the apostles, you look at other people in the Bible, they suffered for what they believed, yet they still kept believing and kept doing it, and in the end their reward is heaven with Christ. So, 3 things we get from this: watch how we conduct ourselves, there's no reason to be afraid, and even though we suffer, it's all in Christ's plan, and in the end it's all going to work out because we'll be with him. Hey guys, thank you. Have a great week. No youth group this week, but have a great Easter. See ya.